Scott Good here with Harding head football coach Ronnie Huckabee. Coach Huck, there's a lot of competition for student athletes, especially across the football landscape. Why would a student athlete consider playing their college football at Harding University?
Scott, I think that is a great question. And it's really important for these young men as they're looking at different universities to have a very clear understanding, I believe, of what that university stands for, the core values of the football program. And so this is a great opportunity for me to share that, and I'm happy to do it. Number one, I think the reason that a young man would consider Harding as far as a place to get his education and play his college football is his faith important to him. This is a faith-based institution. This is a Christian school. We are very proud of that, not in a bad way, but that's who we are. And I say this all the time when I'm talking to recruits, that there are a lot of Christian schools that have football programs, but I think it's important when you are looking at those programs that you try to make a determination if that is a Christian football program. And there's a big difference. And so number one, is your faith important to you? Because when you look at it, for us, the bottom line is not winning. Winning is important, success is important, but it's not the bottom line here. This is a ministry for us, and we feel like it is very important that as coaches we are in the lives of our young men. The primary focus of our program is to honor God. That means that that trumps everything. We are a praying football team. We're going to pray before meetings. We're going to pray before practices. We're going to pray before games. It's very important to us that that we continue to be committed to our primary focus, which is to honor God. So number one, is your faith important to you? Number two, do you want more than a business relationship with your coaches? If winning is the number one thing, and that is the most important thing in the entire program, if that trumps everything, then that's going to color the way you're treated as a football player. As long as you're valuable to the organization and you're helping them win, then in a lot of places you're going to be treated great. But if you're not valuable to the organization as far as winning is concerned, if you're not helping the program win, then you are going to be expendable. And at our place, we want our coaches, and when I look for coaches to hire and coaches that I want to work with, I'm looking for men that are going to be strong spiritual leaders. I'm looking for men that are going to set a great example as husbands and fathers. I want men that are committed to these players, that are going to love these young men regardless of their position on the team. And that's a challenge, because obviously if you have someone that's a talented athlete and he's going to help you win games on Saturday, then the human tendency is to gravitate toward that kid. But we remind ourselves all the time, this is a ministry, it's not a business. And so we're trying to develop relationships with these young men that are going to last for eternity. And so that is a critical point to me. If you want more than a business relationship with your coaches, then I think you should consider Harding. Number three, if you want to be a part of a brotherhood rather than a collection of athletes. A lot of college football today, college football teams, are a collection of good athletes. And they're there for one purpose. That's to win and then to move on. The commercial that we watch all the time that is put out by the NCAA is very true. The vast majority of college athletes are going pro in something besides their chosen sport. So it's very, very important that we understand that we're not just athletes, we're a brotherhood. We care about each other. We're concerned about the other person more than we are ourselves. That is what a team does. We're concerned about how the team performs, not necessarily just how I perform. I'm concerned about my brother. I'm going to have a servant attitude towards my brother, towards this Harding community, towards the Searcy community, towards the state of Arkansas, the United States of America, and the world. Our guys are involved in service projects year-round. It's very important to us. And so we're trying to do everything that we can to build that team, that brotherhood, that community of players that are working together for the common good. That's who we are trying to be. So if you want to be a part of a brotherhood rather than just a bunch of good athletes that get together and play on Saturday, then I think you should consider us. The fourth thing would be quality of education. If you're looking for a very quality education, then I think you should look at Harding. Look at our admissions rates for our pre-med students. It's top of the line. If you're looking for a particular field, look at business, look at computer science, look at engineering, look at education. Our allied health sciences, we have programs in, we have a doctorate in pharmacy. We have a post-grad program in physician assistant studies, which is outstanding. We have a fantastic nursing program. We are starting a physical therapy school. We have a great academic menu from which these young men can choose. And so we believe strongly that our education that's offered here is second to none. You add to that the servant attitude of this community. You're going to have a relationship with your professors that we believe is going to make a big difference in how you perform in college. This is a community that believes, this is a culture that is built around the principles of Jesus Christ. And when you think about that and think about your 4 or 5 years that you're going to spend in college, I think that's worthwhile to consider. The fifth thing would be, and this is not the most important by far, but it does make a difference. If you want to be in a place where there are outstanding facilities, then you need to consider us. We're constructing a 20,000 square foot addition to our current facilities here that will have a 7,000 square foot weight room, a 4,000 square foot locker room, a 5,000 square foot training room that is going to be second to none in Division II. It's going to be fantastic, and that's important. We've got a beautiful stadium. We've got a great plan as far as facilities are concerned for a young man to be able to come here and train and work and become his best. So we think that's additional to what you're considering if you're looking at a place to play your college football and get an education. The last thing is you need to consider Harding football if you want to win a national championship. Winning is not our priority by far. Our priority is honoring God. There's no question about it. But a funny thing happens when you get your priorities right. When you have a great relationship with your coaches on and off the field. When you put God first. When you are part of a brotherhood. When you understand that your education is first. When you work and train hard in great facilities. When you have your priorities right, it's unbelievable how success follows. And we have a great group of young men in our program right now. We have a fantastic group of coaches. We've got great facilities. This is a wonderful place to come to school and get an education. And we think we got a great chance to win a national championship here because we are going to have our priorities right.
Thank you, Coach Huck.